Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner, and today is Flips and Fun Stuff Friday and we have all sorts of fun stuff. This video we're going to work with the Arteza gel pens. These ones are glitter pens, these ones are metallics. So we're going to swatch those and take a look at those and do a little bit of coloring with them. And we're also going to do a swatch with the Woodless color pencils that I got from the Random Act of Kindness from our Facebook group from some lovely person. So we're going to swatch those and take a look at those as well. We're also going to mix in a little bit of the excuse me, metallic pencils that I've already swatched. So we'll take a look at those as well, because they came at during the same period of time. Excuse me, frog in my throat. I have played with these and they are so nice, and I will play with them a little bit more and see if they'll mix in with these ones at all. All right, so we're going to do a quick swatch, and once the quick swatch is done, we'll take a closer look at everything. And we have this wonderful Christmas freebie that Radu Phrase has given the Facebook group. So we will be playing with things on this today, and possibly the next video as well, because I've got 3 different videos coming out today. This one and the Flow Wood, I'm doing a whole new video for that, and a whole new video for the Norberg and Linden. So it's going to be a busy day full of lots of fun stuff. Yay. Okay, so couple of minutes for the swatch. I will speed it up for you so it's not horribly long. It shouldn't be very long at all with this little bit here. So I will be right back, and I hope that you will enjoy the swatch. All right, bye-bye. Well, not bye-bye. Just see you in a bit. All right, so we're back. It wasn't too bad. I've got the swatch book here with all our little swatches in it. So this is the Woodless pencils. Let's take a look at the metallic set of the Woodless pencils. And I'll see if I can get you a little bit closer so you can actually see a little bit more. Trying to do it slowly so it'll focus properly for you. I think that's about as close as I can get. So you can't see the metallic too much on those. Let's see if I put the light on it, if it'll show you some of the metallic look on those. There you go. So they are pretty metallic. They're really nice. The one thing I love about this set is it does go in numeric order. So it does go from 101 and that sort of thing. The colors are a little bit all over the place if you do it in numeric order. Now, this other set, I turn this off because they're not metallic. So they're just basic colors, and they're really, really nice looking. So it is in a hinged box. So the box will always have its lid. And I tried to possibly put them in numeric order. In this order, they're at least in their color families. In numeric order, they would be about the same as the metallics all over the place. So I have swatched these in the order that they're in the box. So we're going to take a look at the swatch. Hold on a sec. So we've got all of the pencils on one page, which is great. It does have a skin tone, and they are named and numbered. I didn't write the numbers down, I just wrote down the names. So we've got blacks and grays into browns and tans into a rosy purple. I don't know why this purple isn't over here. I would probably put it over there myself. Like I said, I swatched these exactly the way they come in the box. So pink, and then a bright red, and a red, and then an orange red, and then we're into the oranges and the skin tones and white. And the white is actually quite white. It actually showed up on this page, so you would see that in the swatch. Lemon yellow, which is a paler yellow than the light yellow. And then we got our greens. So we've got green, army green, fruit green, light green, gemstone green, which is a really, really pale green, almost like a baby mint green. And then we've got light blue, blue, navy blue, and purple. So those are our colorless, or not colorless, our woodless colored pencils. And we will be playing with those along with the metallic colored pencils on that sheet that Radu Phrase has lovingly given us. Now these are Arteza metallic and glitter gel pens. Now I'm going to turn that light back on so you can see the glitter in these. Do you see the shine in those? They're just sparkly, which is really, really cool, because that's the glitter side. So all of these are glitter pens, and they just glisten when the light hits them in the right way. And of course, we've got them in fairly good color order. We've got black, copper, silver, purple, deep blue, sea blue, light blue, dark green, light green, yellow, yellow gold. It can be used for either orange, pink, dark pink, and red. Now, none of these have numbers or names on them. These are just the names that I have given them. And then on the other side here, I did pretty much the same thing and followed the same order that the other ones are in. Now, I'm going to see if I can get these ones to shine for you. So these are quite metallic looking. If I can get the light onto them for you. There we go. And of course, trying to get the light just right so that you can see that metallic shine is difficult. But they are really good colors. It has a really good yellow gold pen, not just a brown gold. It's got a really good coppery color. And down here is another coppery color. So this copper and this copper up here are pretty close to the same color. This one is more of a bronzy copper. I guess it could be a bronze too. And then we've got our pinks and reds and all that fun stuff. So we will be playing with those as well. Now I have put them back in the boxes exactly the same way I swatched them. So we're going to put the swatch over here so that we can see what colors we need if we need them. We're going to go back to the woodless pencils, and we're going to actually play with the woodless pencils first. And we're going to see how they lay down on one of these wonderful drawings that Radu has done. Now, I'm going to take a sharpener and show you how they sharpen. As soon as I can. I've got a mess everywhere. So I've got a piece of paper here and a little sharpener. And I have not tried to put this through my crank sharpener, and I don't think I'd want to at this point because I don't want to really make them go way down really fast. So it sharpens pretty nicely. They are a little bit thin for the sharpener, which is a little weird. So let's see if we can find a smaller sharpener. Let's try this one. So this one has a large and a small. So let's try it in the small, maybe not. I have something stuck in the small. So just give me a second, I'll pop it out. I must have been sharpening a pencil and it broke and it frustrated me, so I just threw it aside. And it seems to be stuck in there. Oh dear, I've got things stuck in there. Let's see if I can get them out without breaking something else. Let's try this. There we go. So yeah, I had a really big piece of pencil stuck in there. All right, so this one has the big end and the little end. Let's give it a try in the little end here. Yes, that works much better. So it sharpens quite nicely and to quite a good point. This sharpener seems to be a little big for it because I'm not getting any shavings off that at all. So we will use this other sharpener, which is good because it's got a barrel, so I don't have to worry about the shavings getting everywhere. So we've got our black. So which one should we work on? Oh, let's work on this one. And we're just gonna go around the edges here a little bit. And I'm just going to color the same way I would with a normal pencil. I'm going to switch you over to the other camera so that you can see a little bit better. Let's see if I can get you. There we go. There we go. So I'm just going to color the same way I would normally with any other colored pencil. And I'm just going to give a bit of a shadow line here. So they lay down quite nicely, which is really cool. Trying to make sure I don't block all your light as well as give you enough visual room here. Now I could have done this with the gray as well, but I wanted to see how the black would react with the other colors. Okay. Another thing I want to see is if it blends well, or if that black is going to take over, or how is that going to work. They feel the same as a normal pencil. Unlike the metallics feel a lot softer than a regular pencil, but these are feeling almost the same as a regular pencil. So we're going to take the bright red. I'm going to sharpen it. Get a good, nice, good sharp tip on it. Doesn't seem to leave any on my fingers, which is good. And I'm just gonna color over that black in the areas that I want the red to be, just like I would with a normal colored pencil. Now, the one thing I did notice about it while I was doing the swatches is that with having such a chunky core, it does make getting really close to those lines a little bit more difficult. But otherwise it's pretty good. Hopefully I'm still giving you enough light. Okay. One of the things that I am noticing is I am tending to push a little bit harder on these than I would a normal pencil. And it's not necessary. I just don't know why I'm doing it, because it is laying down quite smoothly. It doesn't really need to be pushed, if you know what I mean. And I'm, for some reason, pushing it, trying to get as much color on the picture as possible, and there's no need to. Like I said, it feels just like a regular colored pencil or pencil crayon. It just, I don't know if it's my brain telling me that I need to press harder because it's a crayon or what, but for some reason I'm trying to mash it into the into the picture. Now these are water soluble, so you can take a brush and water and blend them in. So they are blendable with water, which is really cool in itself. I have not got any water out right now, so I'm not going to blend them that way, but I thought it was pretty cool that you could blend it that way. Okay. And then I'm going to take the red and give it a sharpen. Now I sharpen this one into a bit more of a point. Maybe that'll make me stop pushing so hard on it. And I'm just going over top of the darker red just to give it some brightness and to see if it'll blend together. And it does seem to be blending just fine. With these sorts of designs, it's really hard to take two different colors and blend them together. So you have to sort of go with blending just one color with different shades of that color. So this seems to be working quite well. All right. Sorry about that buzzing. That would be my husband calling to tell me that he is on his way home. And I will call him back in just a moment here. All right, dear. Hopefully he doesn't call the house phone because that will ring. All right, so we're just going to get this little stocking here done. I don't have anything that my husband needs to pick up on his way home, so he's coming home early today, so there, either that or else he's got shopping to do and he wanted to know if I needed anything. Either which way, he has a tendency to call every time I hit record. So it could be first thing in the morning and he's going to call as soon as I hit record. All right. So I'm just filling in all the white spot. And that black seems to have blended in okay. It still stands out a little bit more than I would want it to, but it's all right. And not much of the pencil went down doing this stocking, which is really good. It's not leaving a huge amount of pencil dust, which is one thing that I was a little bit concerned of with them being woodless pencils, is if they were going to leave a lot of wax pilling and whatnot, like a actual crayon would. But these don't seem to be doing that, which is really cool. All right, so I'm going to take this orange red now, and I'm just going to give a bit of a highlight here. Give it a sharpen. They sharpen really nice too, in a very, very, very good point, which is lovely. All right. So this orange red is blending in really nicely into that red and the deep red, which is really cool. And once you get it into a good sharp point, it's a lot easier to control it. The dark red I didn't have to a really, really sharp point, so it didn't seem to be as easy to control. Now I think I'm going to use fruit green and dark green for dark green. So as you can see, when I sharpen these, all it does is it sharpens back the paper. So it just peels it back, which is really cool. And the more you sharpen it, of course, the shorter the paper is going to get, which is awesome. Now I'm going to take this one, which is just green, and I'm just going to do the shadow areas. And then I'll take the fruit green and I'll go over them and give them a bit more brightness. I want it to be fairly bright, but I don't want it to be too yellow. So that's why I'm using the fruit green and not a yellower green. Now, some of these feel a little bit more like they need to be layered in order to get that coverage. But they seem to be going down pretty nice. And I am using the 67-pound cardstock that I normally use because this is a printed image. I did do the swatch on coloring book paper straight in a swatch book. I'm trying to get that in your view there so you can see what it looks like. Now I'm going to take this dark green again and I'm just going to go and give it a little bit more of a shadow. And as you can see, it's just blending right in there, which is awesome. Oh, wrong one. Had the dark in my hand and I put it back and swapped it out for the other one that's in my hand. Now hopefully, because I am a hand holder, what I call a hand holder is somebody that keeps all their pencils that they're using at the moment in their hand. Hopefully the heat from my hand will not melt the wax in these pencils and make a mess. It doesn't seem to be though. And today it was not a big deal anyway because my hands are freezing. Okay. So as you can see, it's blending quite nicely into that dark green and into the black that I had on the tip of this toe. And it doesn't look like I have to actually take a blender pencil to it, which is really cool. Now, I don't know much about the formula of these pencils because it does not say on any of the information that I could find whether they're a wax base or an oil base. They do feel like a wax base. They are really soft. And when you do put down too much weight, they do react like a wax base pencil does. But I do like the way they're laying down. They are pretty cool. Very, very cool. All right, so that is the boot part. Let's take some of our metallic here. I think we're going to pull those out. Let's see. I think I want... Just trying to find the color I want here. I did have it. I had it all figured out. Now it's moved. There. We'll just use the copper. Now I'm going to sharpen this one in the same hole because it's a really thin little pencil. These ones don't seem to get to as fine of a tip, and I'm not sure if that's just me being cautious, but these ones do have an oil smell and feel to them. So I'm not sure if these ones are an oil base and the other ones are a wax base, or if it's just because of the metallic pigment. But These ones are a little bit smoother. Or it could be the other way around. These ones could be wax-based and the other ones could be oil-based. I'm not sure. But they are very nice. They're quite metallic. Now, of course, I tried to blend these with a blender pencil, and it did peel up quite a bit of the metallic one the last time I tried it, so I'm not going to do that again. I don't want to blend them all up. I'm going to take the gold, and we're going to do an experiment on the yellow. So we're going to take the gold, and we're going to take this darker yellow here, and we're going to do an experiment on the stars. Just want to get that to a point. All right. So I'm just going to gently put a little bit of yellow into these stars. And this is just the light yellow. And then I'm going to go over it with the gold and see if it blends into that light yellow very well. Hopefully it will, because that would be really cool. Okay, so let's take this gold. We're just going to gently go into that light yellow and see if it'll blend together. Oh, sorry about that. It was a delivery. Somebody knocked on my door and scared the heck out of me. And of course, made the dog bark. Sorry about that. It's probably just a delivery, but I will get to it in a minute here. Okay, so it seems that they're blending together just fine. I'm not sure if they're blending together or just laying on top of each other. I'm just going to pick this up and take a look. I've got everything piled up over here. So let's take a look and see if that has that metallic shine. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it blended together at all. So maybe those won't blend with the regular pencils, like the yellows. I don't think they'll blend very well with those metallics. You can put them together, but it doesn't seem like they're going to blend together. So I'm just going to go over these and see if I can get some of that metallic to blend in. Maybe I can just get it to blend in and make this other yellow look a little bit more metallic. Kind of sucks because that would be really cool if I could get the metallics to be a little bit brighter with the regular pencils. But like I said, the metallics have a bit of an odor. So I'm really, really wondering if they are, what is the word? Oil. That's the word. if they are an oil base. Now I am going to use this metallic gold on the moon because it is a really, really gentle gold, gentle yellow gold color. And maybe I'll give it a bit of silver too. I did find yesterday when I was playing with the metallics, just the metallics, that they did blend together quite nicely. But like I said, these do have a bit of an odor. It's not a strong odor, but it's definitely an odor of oil. So I think they are an oil base and the other ones are a wax base. And sometimes you just can't mix wax with oil. So I'm just going to take some of the silver and I'm just going to go around the edges. Just around here a little bit. Now I know a lot of you color with gel pens. However, I don't usually color with gel pens. I will embellish with gel pens more than anything else, but I don't color with them very much. So I will do the top of the stocking with the gel pens and any sort of embellishments that I want to do on the picture with the gel pens, which is like turning the stars sparkly and stuff like that. And we'll take a look at how those gel pens work on top of these colored pencils. Let's see how well they stick and that sort of thing. Just going to color these little stars here. Now I'm coloring them the lighter of the yellows. And then I'll come back with the darker yellow and hit these little areas here. Give that a little bit of light coming off of it. There we go. Just going to give it a little bit of light. See, even going over top of this silver, any of the white spot is picking up that yellow, but that yellow isn't doing anything to that silver at all, which is kind of cool, but a little strange all at the same time. So we're done with the woodless pencils for this. So I'm just going to move those out of the way and hopefully not knock everything over. And we're just going to take a couple of seconds here and we're going to play with some of these gel pens. So we've got these ones here, which are the metallics. And they did get beat up a little bit in the mail, but the gel pens themselves are perfectly fine. So our gel pen swatch is right here. So I think I want to use this green here. Oh, and they loosen up. So when you get them, make sure that you go through and you tighten them down a little bit because they do loosen up. And as you can see, it just pours. It's not a huge amount of back and forth when you've got a small area that you're just filling in. It's when you start doing things in larger areas that you will find that you may have to go back and forth a little bit more, like this area here. In order to keep it from getting those lines. Now I'm going to try something that I don't normally do with gel pens. And I'm going to give that a little bit of this lighter green. See if I can make it a little bit lighter there. Nope, it just seems to make it a little bit darker. Not quite what I wanted. Very interesting. Learn something new every day. Because I don't normally do this with gel pens. I don't normally color in large areas with them. It's usually just little tiny embellishments. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do then I'll take this one and I'll go over top of it. And of course I've darkened that a little bit somehow. How did I do that? I don't know how I managed to change the color of that ink. That's weird. I don't like that. I think it's just from going over top of it. But I'm just going to spread it around a little bit here. There. I'm just going to stop experimenting. At least with these ones for right now. I will experiment with them more on a different picture at another time. All right, so we've got our yellow down. Now we're going to take our copper, I think. No, we've got our green down. What did I say yellow for? Okay. Now I am finding that as long as you don't put the pen really hard to the page, you won't get too many of those lines. And as long as you bring the ink all the way through where you've stopped, like if you start and stop, that it will wet that end again and get rid of that start and stop point. It may look a little bit darker when it's wet, but when it dries, it'll be fine. There. All right, so we've got our little stocking there. Now we're going to switch from the metallic gel pens over to the sparkle gel pens. I'm just going to put these back in place. The wrong way. Just trying to put them back in order on the card. In the box, it comes attached to these little black cards like this. So you can put them all back together and put them back in their box. And we've got our gel pens here, and we're going to take the yellow and maybe some of the green. So we need this here, this one here. We're going to brighten up all of these stars and make them glittery. And it does seem to be laying down okay on that colored pencil. which is a bonus. And the one thing that I am noticing with the glitter especially, it's really easy to put down without getting those lines. Like I'm barely touching the page and it's just filling it in, which is really cool. All right. And it's just flowing over top of that pencil crown, which is really kind of cool because if it was an oil base or something, sometimes the gel pens, some of the lesser expensive gel pens especially, um, have a tendency to just not stay on it, and just it looks like you've painted over top of wax, and that's not what you want to have it look like. Just going to do this last star here. There we go. And then we're going to take this paler green, and I think we're going to give the edges of these socks a little bit of glitter. And I think a little bit more here. Yeah, let's do the whole thing. Let's make it all sparkly. You just have to be careful and make sure that you're not picking up any of the color. It looks like I've picked up a little bit of the black, which is not good. So it seems that the black, because these are a water-soluble pencil as well, it's going to pick up a little bit of that color, which is interesting that it does that. But I can definitely understand why it does that, but I didn't think of it before I started coloring on it, so too late now. But because it is a water-soluble pencil, and these are a moist pen, it's trying to blend that pencil, which is why it went so nicely over the yellow, is because it just blended all of that yellow together properly. Now, because I am going over a darker green and a black here, and there's no black on the yellows, I'm picking up a little bit of that black into the gel pen, which is changing the color of the gel pen a little bit, so I'm going to stop doing that. But we've used some green, and we've used some yellow, and we've used the metallics as well. So I'm just going to take a look at this and show you the different areas and what they look like. See if I can get that metallic to shine a little bit. Metallics are always difficult to get to shine. Even metallic pencils are really, really hard to get to shine. But as you can see, that pencil is laid down really well. I haven't blended it or anything, and it just looks like it's a part of the paper, which is really cool. And of course, the green heel of that shoe, the sparkles on the stars, just absolutely gorgeous. So all in all, I think these pencils are going to do wonderful things. And, once I'll play with them some more and test how they work with water and all the fun stuff. Like I said before, the great thing about these pencils is that they are woodless. So it's just pencil that you're coloring with. It's no wood, no debris, other than the paper and the little bit of shavings to make a point when you sharpen something. So, which is to me fantastic. So we're going to take a look again at them. I'm just going to show you on the close-up here how tightly that sharpened. So it sharpened really, really, really well, really fine sharpen to that. And I didn't break the tip off, which is fantastic. So all in all, a wonderful set of pencils. And like I said, without having all of that wood shavings, it's a little bit more use out of the pencils, pardon me. And with the way that they lay down and the shimmer that you get off of the metallic pencils, I've used them here on the moon. And you can see the shimmer on there, as well as here on this band. And you can see the shimmer on there. I see more shimmer on the metallic pencil than I do on the metallic pen. So the glitter pen is pretty shimmery, but the metallic, I see more shine on the metallic pencil than I do the metallic pen. So all in all 4 of these are absolutely fantastic things to have in my coloring collection. And they will definitely be something that will come in handy in a lot of my different coloring exploits. Like I said, these ones here are really kind of cool because they are numbered and named. So are the 24 color woodless color pencils. The only thing I don't understand about this set is it really doesn't seem to have, I guess it's 7 yours? 7 yours is the company name. So I think that is what it is. 7 yours at outlook.com is their email address. So I guess that is their company name, but they don't have it on the cover at all. I'll switch you over here so you can take a look. But on the front of the package, there is absolutely nothing that tells you what the brand of the pencil is. And even on the back, where it has the information there, you have to go looking for that information. And it's like very, very last thing here, which is a little bit weird. But all in all, they're great pencils. And I was a little bit afraid of woodless colored pencils, and I'm not so afraid of them anymore. So that is really cool. Well, I've got one more video that I am going to, no, 2 more videos that we're going to go through today. So I hope that you're all ready to see more of the different colored pencils that came in the mail in the past week. And hopefully you don't get overly bored. I know this one has taken a lot longer than I normally want to do with a small set of pencils, but I did do the pencils as well as the pens. So all in all, fantastic sets. If it is something that you want to give a try, I would highly recommend that you give these a try, and give them and see how they feel to you. If you have any questions or anything like that, of course, leave me a comment in the comment section. The Arteza is always a go-to for me. And when I saw that they had gel pens, I did have to try them immediately. So I love Arteza stuff, and these gel pens do seem to work really well. There was no scratching, there was no globbing. They just seem to pour properly and cover what I wanted them to cover. The metallic pencils, they have a beautiful shine to them when you use them on any paper. I did them on the coloring book paper as well as on a cardstock, and that shine just showed through every single time. So wonderful set of metallic colored pencils as well. I would definitely endorse any of these if they were to ask me to. The metallic woodless colored pencils are by Pacific Arc. So if you take a look at them on Amazon, it is done by Pacific Arc Incorporated, which does seem to be a U.S. company out of Richmond, Texas, which is really cool. They are, however, made in China. All right. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you have any questions, concerns, or anything like that, leave me a comment. I will be happy to try to get to any of your questions or comments in as quickly as I possibly can. If you enjoyed this video, of course, hit that like button. If you are not a current subscriber of the YouTube channel and would like to be, of course, hit the subscribe button. Once you hit the subscribe button, you can ring the bell, and when you ring the bell, you will get all of the announcements of my videos when they come available. If you want to join us over on our Facebook group, you can definitely do that. There is a link in the About section on this video. Other than that, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and enjoy the rest of the videos that are coming up throughout the day. All right, bye-bye for now. Y'all have a wonderful time with them.